Who they attracting with that line? What's your name? What's your sign? Soon as you buy that wine, I just creep up from behind and ask you what your interests are. Who you be with? Things to make you smile.
Hey boo, welcome back to Curated South. I'm so excited to be back sitting in front of this camera with these cards, chit chatting and talking to y'all. It has been a cool little minute, but we back and in effect. Welcome to the March Collective for March 2024. I don't know about y'all, but I'm especially excited about this reading because it's just something about this spring in particular, spring 2024, that just feels so expansive. It feels so fresh. It feels so packed with just curiosity and childlike excitement. And I am so excited to dig into this reading because that is what it's talking all about. Okay. So just before we get started, a couple of housekeeping things. Okay. Please keep in mind that this is a collective. It's general. So if you would like a reading that is more catered to you, make sure you click the link in my description and book you a session with me. I open my books, they're back open. And one reading in particular that I'm excited about is Creative Divinations. And they're right in time for spring, right in time for the new year, right? With all this creative energy and all these creative juices just floating around. It's right on time. So if you are the type of person who is a creative and you also are in the process of honing your spiritual gifts, as we all should be, okay, this might be the divination for you, right? This divination is for people who are operating within the crossroads that can sometimes be our creativity and our spiritual gifts and how they meet each other in a very, very magical way. So if that is something that you're interested in, make sure you click the link down below. I also have a plethora of other divinations that you can take advantage of, and I can't wait to sit with you. So go ahead and click the link. Let's get into this reading, okay? So also, if y'all hear my dog in the background, she being dramatic right now because it's almost time for her to go out. I probably should have took her out before I started this reading, but we're here. So we're going to go with it. Anyway, the overlying energy for the month of March for the collective is focus, okay? And with all of the energies, okay, because let's not be coy about it. The first couple of months of this year have been very taxing for a lot of people. It has been a very, very interesting winter so far. Even in terms of things like the weather, like it hasn't been as cold as it usually is. The weather, like the temp has been up and down. Like I'm seeing flies and insects and plants sprouting that ain't supposed to be sprouting right now. So it's just been very energetically weird lately, right? And I feel like that some of it could be like carryover from 2023 because ill. Can we say ill? 2023 was very interesting as well, and a lot of people are still in the process of closing out those cycles, tying up those loose ends, wanting to move forward. At the very least, even if you're not actively doing anything to move forward yet, you are in the mindset, in the mind frame of, okay, I want to get from point A to point B. I'm tired of this old story, this old timeline. I'm ready to move forward and doing the things that we need to do to be able to do that, right? And so I think that focus being the overlying energy card is very interesting and very important because it's almost asking the question of what are you focusing on? What is it that you are putting your energy into? What is it that you are giving your full attention, right? It is so easy for us to focus on the ways that things went wrong, the ways that we may be still fearful or trepidatious of things going wrong, things that we don't want to happen, right? And y'all know how I feel about what you focus on is what grows. So if your focus is not zoomed in to what it is that you are wanting to bring about versus what you don't want to happen, we need to talk about that, right? There needs to be a hangman moment of sorts where you are flipping and turning your attention and your energy into what it is that you are wanting to cultivate and you are wanting to grow. Now, the first thing that I noticed in this reading when these cards came out was our first two cards out, and we don't get into it because y'all know I'm gonna card by card, and y'all know I'm gonna clarify because I'm nosy. Okay, but the first two cards that we have out are pages, right? And when I think about pages, I think about childlike energy, about curiosity, about the lack of experience that we can sometimes feel when we're in this type of energy, right? And I feel like for some of us, and we gonna clarify, so we gonna get down to the nitty gritty, but I feel like for some of us, a lot of the trepidation could be because we don't feel like we know as much as we would like to know. We don't feel like we're versed enough in what it is that we are going after. And I don't like the word imposter syndrome for several reasons, but imposter syndrome, right? So, our first card out, we have the Page of Swords, okay? I feel like one of the Ooh, girl, your voice, child. I feel like one of the things that we can expect to experience in the month of March as we move closer and closer into the spring equinox is passionate communication, okay? I feel like there is going to be a lot of talking about ideas. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that some of us could be what is the word I'm looking for? Collaborating. There we go. We could be collaborating with other people. We could be sharing and exchanging ideas back and forth in a very intellectual way, right? Especially with the Page of Wands being the next card out, right? Fresh ideas, fresh thoughts, fresh ways of thinking. Spirit, why is the Page of Swords here? Why is the Page of Swords here? What does the Page of Swords have to offer us in March, Spirit? I will say also, just as a word of caution, because I'm one of those people, and y'all know I don't tell y'all things that I have not experienced. Even in the excitement of the Page of Swords, right? The intellectual, thought-provoking, mentally stimulating conversations, the passionate way that we communicate these things. Make sure that if you are still fleshing out an idea, even if you are in a space where you want to collaborate, corroborate with other people, make sure that your ideas are protected, right? So if you are, I don't know, if you are a writer, making sure that your works are copyrighted. If you do some type of, I don't know, art, make sure it's trademarked. Whatever it is that you're doing, make sure that you are protecting yourself out here because y'all know how folks be, okay? Y'all know how folks be. Come on, Spirit, with the come on. Come on with the come on. The cards that we have to clarify the Page of Swords are Death in Reverse. We have the World. And we have the Star. I frickin' love it because this is kind of, to me, also bottom of the deck. Come on, Spirit. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords and we have the Empress. I don't know why I was holding the cards all the way back there. But this is kind of lining up with what I was saying earlier about this Page of Wands, which we will get to. But it's giving like, also what I was talking about at the beginning of the reading, knowing that you're in one place and you want to be creatively, or you want to be business wise, or you like to be I don't know, in relationship wise, whether that's familial, romantic, or platonic. Here go them hiccups. Being in a place where you realize that you have either outgrown it, whether you realize that there needs to be some type of pivot, and maybe feeling as though you don't know how to go about that because you don't feel like you're versed enough, right? This death card in reverse, to me, is screaming, stop trying to prevent the inevitable, right? Stop trying to, or let me not say stop trying, please don't. Please don't try in the month of March. It's giving self-sabotage. It's giving counting yourself out before you even get started. It's giving, you never know how things are going to go if you don't try, right? And one thing that I love about life, and I tell people all the time, is I'm a lifelong student. I know this about myself. I am very self aware in the sense of I know that there is never a such thing as you ever stop learning, as you hit a learning plateau. To me, that's not a thing because I feel like if I still have the ability to draw breath into my body, I have the ability to learn something, right? And that's 99.9% of the reason as a as a Gemini rising, okay? Very mercurial, why you will see my head is in a book. I'm constantly thinking about something. 9 times out of 10, if I'm staring into space, there's something going on up here, right? So much so where I've had to force myself to be present in the moment, be present in conversations that I have with people, because we'll start talking about something and something that somebody is saying will strike a thought, and I'm up here with it. Okay, I'm cerebral with it. Okay, but this is to me not only spirit saying you'll never know if you don't try and don't try to self-sabotage this is also spirit saying giving you the promise, right? The promise of things working out even if they don't work out in the way that we expect them to. I find myself saying that a lot in my readings and my divinations because I feel like we have such a fixed perspective sometimes of how things are supposed to look, about how things are supposed to make us feel, or how what we share with other people is, or how it's supposed to go over, right? Baby, calm down. Reel it in real quick, right? Don't get so ahead of yourself with all of the things that I just mentioned that you talk yourself out of it, or you make yourself feel like you don't know what you're talking about. That's why learning is a thing, right? Especially if you are in a space where you are collaborating and corroborating with other people, right? That's how a conversation works. I'm the type of person, I don't like to be around people that I can't learn from. I'm very surprised that I don't see the Three of Pentacles out here, right? Because I truly feel that we learn so much from each other. Now, whether that is a negative experience or whether that is a positive experience, I believe that we are constantly learning within the connections that we have with each other. And if I can't learn something from you, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be associated with you. If you can't teach me something that I wasn't privy to, or you can't teach me how to expand something or build upon something, what we talking about? You feel me? So this is just such a refreshing energy, bro. Like it's such an energy of like do the thing, talk about the thing, protect the thing, but do the thing, right? I'm very curious to see what comes out with the Page of Wands, especially with the Queen of Swords and the Empress being at the bottom of the deck. Why? Because the Empress, I don't know why I tend to associate the Empress card with spring. I don't even know if that is like correct. It's just a me thing, okay? I'll be over here doing my own thing. But the Empress makes me think of spring, and it makes me think of spring in the sense of like birth, right? Of the cultivation of something new, the cultivation of the possibility of something new, right? And I feel like with the Queen of Swords being here, this is saying like, yeah, be clear about what it is that you want. Be clear in your communications. I think Mercury is moving into, what is it? Is it moving into Pisces? Don't come for me. I'm not an astrologer, but I believe that Mercury is moving into Pisces. Um, but this is being clear in your communication, being clear in your passion. What are you passionate about? How do you relay that passion? How does that passion come across to other people, right? Being very clear, cut, and precise about how you communicate these things, right? It like the first thing that popped in my mind was like you sitting having a meeting with somebody, and let's say it's an investor for giggles, right? You're sitting with this investor, they're interested in whatever you have going on. Maybe they found you online, maybe they came across your portfolio, what have you. And they're like, yo, tell me more about this XYZ. Tell me more about this endeavor you got going on. And you're just sitting there like, Well, I mean, it's nothing really. It's just kind of like a no, no. Put some bass in your voice. So check this out. Like this is like in my mind. I don't know. Me pitching curated South Instance, right? Meeting with an investor wants support into my business and they're asking me to give them a blurb about Curated South. Baby, I'm going above and beyond, okay? Curated South is just what it sounds like. It is a curated experience for Southern culture. It connects culture and conjure, okay? It brings together generations, it brings together communities, it brings together diasporas and regions that we all have within hoodoo and within just Southern culture in general, right? It's a curated experience for that. I want you to light my incense and be able to travel back to, I don't know, 1995 when you sit there at my house and she got some type of Egyptian musk burning somewhere. You feel me? Like, I'm going to pitch it. I'm going to stand 10 toes in what it is that I am offering, what I am passionate about, and I'm going to give it to you real, true, and uncut. But like, period, right? So that is where I feel like the focus needs to be, right? Your focus needs to be on the cultivation of the thing, about knowing your why. Y'all know I talk a lot about knowing your why. These times like this, times like these are why that's so important, right? Because if you don't know why you're doing it, if you don't know why you're passionate about it, how do you expect to engage with other people and pull them in or relay your passion in the correct way, right? Right. So let's move on to this page of wands, which is our second card. Excuse me. It's giving fresh ideas, okay? But it's also giving, like I've been saying, the fear of not knowing enough spirit. Why is the page of wands here? Why is the page of wands here, spirit? Please be clear. Also, if you have been enjoying this reading thus far, make sure you, number one, subscribe because, child, why are you not subscribed? But drop me a comment. Let me know how it's resonating with you. Hit that thumbs up and turn that notification bell on so you can know when to catch a vibe, okay? Spirit, why is this page of wands here? What do we have? Can we move the hair out the way, Becca? What do we have to look for with this page of wands, Spirit? Thank you. Can I have one more card, please? Can I have one more card, please, Spirit? This is what I'll be talking about because, anyway, because we asked for one more card and we get several, but I'm not taking all of that, so I'll put some back. So the cards that came out are the Two of Pentacles and the Hierophant. How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this? Not only how do you want to do this, but have you looked at, because I feel like it's very interesting, number one, that the Hierophant came out, because later on in the reading we have the High Priestess here. Knowledge on knowledge on knowledge. So I don't know where you're getting this whole, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing and I don't feel versed enough. And I could like identify with that because there are certain things that I feel like that about, right? I'll use writing as an example. When people come to me and asking me things about self-publishing and writing, I be like, child, I only know what I did, right? I only know what worked for me. But I have to remind myself it worked. You wrote a book, you self-published a book, and before I did that I had no idea how to do it. I taught myself how to do it. There's still things that I would like to learn about it, but I can't sit here and be like, oh, I don't know nothing about it and I don't have the credentials and I'm not a classically trained writer or whatever you want to call it, because why does that matter at this point? If I've done the thing, the book is out, I obviously know what I'm doing, right? To some degree. So I feel like with the High Priestess later on in the reading, but with the Hierophant and the Two of Pentacles, it's kind of like, what are you doing with the information that you already have, right? When I think of the Hierophant, I think about structure. I think about hierarchy is the word that's coming to mind, but like not hierarchy in the sense of like standing over top, looking down upon, right? Also, I'm looking at this five. There's a five here, the fifth card, obviously, right? Five being the number of change, right? So I'm also on top of the fact that this could also be hinting towards um, you changing your viewpoint on or changing your mindset about not knowing enough, right? Looking at it from a different angle, but also looking at what you already know and how you can build upon that, right? Looking at what things that you, whether they be street smarts, book smarts, or intuitive, right? Looking at the things that you already know, looking at what it is that you've already experienced, looking at what it is, whether it be self taught or not, that can be applicable to help you move forward in this moment. And coming into homeostasis is the word that's popping up in my mind. Coming into balance, coming into homeostasis, excuse me, hiccups. Coming into a place where I'm not going to be indecisive about this decision. I'm not going to have one foot in and one foot out. I'm going to stand on business. I'm going to stand 10 toes down. I'm going to stand firm, live and in effect with what it is I know. And I'm going to have these conversations. I'm going to pitch myself. I'm going to lead into my creative endeavors. I'm going to start that business. I'm going to ask for that promotion. I'm going to take up space. The thing that just popped in my mind was like going for a promotion, right? And you have all these people around you that believe in you and they're like, yes, you're the person for the job and we love your expertise, and you not being an active participant in that, right? A lot of times I feel like, and I can't remember who it was I was talking about this. It was somebody that I was watching the other day, and if I find it, um, I'll like tag their video below if I can even remember where I saw the video. But they were basically talking about how like it is so easy for us to, or it's easy for other people. I think it was Monique Mystica, I think. Anyway, but they were saying how it's so easy for other people to see the shine in us, right? It's so easy for other people to see our good qualities and the things that are dope about us. Much easier sometimes than it is for us, right? Because we look through flawed glasses. If you're self aware, because some people just think that they're the greatest thing since sliced bread, which is fine, but we can't sit here and be like, we're all perfect because none of us are perfect. But it's easy for other people to see our the good things about us, our creativity, our our smarts, our whatever. Much easier than it is for us, and sometimes I wonder why that is. I'm exploring that myself as well because it's just like, how dare you betray yourself and allow all these other people to see your greatness, but you can't see it for yourself? That's sad to me. Like, I don't, like, not sad and like, ooh, that's sad, but like sad and like, dang. Like, why don't I see that, right? This is what that is giving me. Like, it's asking you to stand 10 toes down and what it is you know to be true about yourself. Not being one foot in, one foot out. No, standing 10 toes down. Making the conscious decision to use what it is that you already know to have these conversations, to put yourself out there, to create these connections, these relationships that are rich in so many of the good things, but specifically passion, right? For some of us, this could be creating new passionate connections and friendships with people that could take us to the next level. Not in a way where we're using people, but in a way of like, yo, I admire you. I see what you've done. I see where you're going. I want to be a part of it. I want to learn under your tutelage, right? Whatever this looks like for you is being sure, point blank period, and knowing that you already if not fully have fleshed out the structures, you know that there needs to be some type of structure here with this hierophant card, right? To how it is that you move forward. And I feel like for a lot of us, if we were to lead into building that structure, we would feel a lot better about what it is that we have to offer, what it is our curated experience, shameless plug, gives, right? Why? Because our next card out is the Ace of Wands. Child. And this is part of the reason, and I love the fact that it's in the middle of the reading, but this is part of the reason why I felt so like, yes, about March. Because I'm not an astrologer at all, but I have a lot of mutuals who are astrologers, very dope, talented astrologers that have been speaking to this, that have been speaking to the tide starting, that have been speaking to the initiations that will come with spring. Take the word initiation however you want to take it, because I know some of us here are ATR practitioners. Do with that what you will, okay? But the initiation of ideas, the initiations of help us all the way, literally getting a hand up, right? Divine inspiration, divine guidance, divine communication, synchronicities, right? Spirit, why is the Ace of Wands here? I love this. I love this reading. Like, I love this reading. Spirit, why is the Ace of Wands here? Again, 50 million cards. Always, always, always. Ooh, Lord. Ooh, Lord. Okay. That got real ghetto real quick. Ooh, Lord. The cards that we have, to clarify, we have the Tower and we have the Seven of Pentacles, right? Then we also have the Knight of Swords with the Four of Cups. I feel like it's very interesting that a good majority of this reading I have been glancing downward at the bottom of the deck, which is changes, and we also have the past, right? Remember how I was saying at the beginning that it's time for a lot of us to shift our focus? I feel like there are going to, okay, let me break this up and break this down. I feel like there are going to be a lot of swift changes. It's giving Eight of Wands energy as we move into the spring, right? I feel like things that have been stagnant, that have seemingly stood still, things that we ain't get no action on, right? um, they're going to start to bloom. They're going to start to blossom. They're going to start to pop off. I'm, for one, excited because I started an open Curated South January 1st. And Curated South is an extension, is a continuation, is a graduation from my conjure. And so I dropped my incense line January 1st for a soft launch. And I kind of knew that when I dropped it, it wasn't going to just blow up, right? But I knew that I had something good, and I knew that I was planting the seeds with this pre-launch so that when I fully launched in February, and as we continue to grow, that I would have adequately planted those seeds and I'll be ready for whatever changes come, right? There have been a lot of us, I feel like, that have been planting the seeds, taking care of the soil. Y'all know I love a good gardening analogy. So walk with me, talk with me. But I feel like there's been a lot of us that have been planting the seeds. We have been tending to the soil. We have been doing the things in preparation for spring, right? And if you have been doing those things, I don't feel like first off, I don't feel like this tower card is bad. I feel like this tower card is talking about changes. And I think what comes into play when I saw this past card, things are going to start to look drastically different, right? And for some of us who have known nothing but the negative connotation that goes along with the tower, unexpected change that seems to rip the carpet from up under us, right? Something that I literally just went through this past week if you've been following me on Twitter, right? Unexpected things happening or feeling as though you need to peep around the corner or wait for the shoe to fall, right? A lot of us are coming from that type of energy. A lot of us are healing through that type of energy. And I'm here to tell you right now, this is not that, babe. This is not that. I feel like we're going to go ahead and dismiss Nine of Swords over here. We don't want her, right? Because you have options. You have options. And the first thing that came to my mind when I saw the Four of Cups was emotional stability, emotional balance, grounding yourself in the understanding that this ain't that. The Tower card does not have to be an ominous bad card. It could just speak to things changing, things looking different quickly, right? And I don't want us to be so rooted in things that happened in the past. And this is a conversation that I've been having with myself as of late, right? Because it's been looking real familiar around here in terms of cycles. Me picking up on things that I've been through before, but handling them, experiencing them in a different way. Why? Because I've been there and did that, right? I have the knowledge, I have the wisdom to do something different. And so instead of, for example, worrying about something, I'm going to come up with a solution. I'm going to see what this is trying to teach me. See if I have grown from the last time something like this happened, right? That is what I think this is talking about. I think this is talking about understanding that you have the choice to do something different. You have help. You have divine inspiration, divine guidance. You have these passionate, interesting ass intellectual ideas, these intellectual people, these just a breath of fresh air, right? Rest in that. Rest in that. Why? Because the next card out is the High Priestess. Baby, you already know what to do. I'm not even going to clarify her. She is straightforward. You already know what to do. You've been here before. You've seen it before. But don't let that deter you. Don't let that be the thing that stops you, like I was talking about at the beginning of the reading. Because you know better now. You're wiser. You've done the thing to some degree, to some aspect. You've done this thing before. You've talked about this. This could be an idea that you've been trying to execute. Maybe you did it before and it didn't go right, right? But you felt this pull, this call, this spark to bring about a resurgence of this idea. Maybe do it in a different way. Don't self sabotage yourself before you even get started. See it through. Have the conversation. Do the thing. Pitch it to somebody. You never know where you might get to by looking at this thing different, by doing just one little thing different. Life is about trial and error. That's how we learn. We learn by doing. We learn by failing. We learn by getting back up and trying it again. What do you think would have happened if the first person to ever create a laptop failed and was like, up, that's it? I'm failing on my laptop right now, so that's the thing that I chose. But I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. I wouldn't have the ability to, after I close this reading out, to go on my laptop and upload this to YouTube so that you can see it, right? So things evolve, you grow. Give yourself grace. Give yourself the pat on the back that you need. Give yourself the pep talk. I don't care if you got to stand in the mirror every morning and be like, girl, we got this today. Something that I do that I know y'all won't find strange. But my boyfriend done walked in the bathroom with me a couple of times. When I'm in the mirror saying my affirmations, girl, if I'm writing for the day, whatever is on my agenda, we'll stay writing. Girl, you are going to murk this chapter. I'm sorry, my cat just walked over and distracted the hell out of me. You're gonna murk this chapter. Girl, this chapter gonna be so juicy. They not ready for this chapter. This chapter is just going like, this gonna be the chapter. This gonna be the one. This gonna be the book. Sunday the Crossroads is gonna be it. It's gonna take you there. You're already there, right? And he's looked at me crazy, but I'm like, I don't even care. because I need this. I need this to be able to move forward. I need to hype myself up and I need to gas myself up so that when I sit down at this laptop and I'm writing these words and these characters are flowing and talking through me, I am not trying to silence them before they even get a voice, before they even get a chance to speak. Ooh, don't say it like that. Ooh, why you gotta be so harsh with what you like? These words are gonna come how they're gonna come, and I'm gonna let them come, right? Why? Because I've been here before. I've already written a book. This is the third book that I'm writing. I've been here before. I've done it. There are things that I wish I would have handled differently with Foolish, and I'm handling differently with this. And that's not to say that imposter syndrome didn't creep up when I started to write Southern Crossroads, especially because, child, the content matter. Jesus. Who do in the black church? You know they about to have a whole field day with this book. Ask me if I care. I don't. But the point is, I've been here before. I've written a book. I've done the thing. And I'm not going to let something like the concept matter or who could possibly be offended by this book stop me from writing the book, right? Especially, I know how to better articulate myself this time. You have to have the knowledge to get the wisdom. Wisdom is what? Knowledge applied. Apply the knowledge to get the wisdom. Okay? Last card out, Ten of Cups. And then we're going to get an Oracle card, right? Ten of Cups. Spirit, why is the Ten of Cups here? I can't even make this up. I don't even want to clarify. I just picked the damn deck up. Bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Wands. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? The world is in the palm of your hands, right? Balance, structure. What's the other words I'm thinking about? Duality, right? Let's get one more. Justice. Where are you in the fight for your own justice? Where are you in the fight for your own self? The self that you have fought, tried and true to be, that you have gone through the fires. Okay, come on, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay, what justice do you owe to that person? Maybe this ain't that. We headed into spring. 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020 is in the past, even though that has felt like 1 year in one, okay? But those years are behind you. What are you going to do for 2024 to ensure that it does not look like the subsequent years? That is your justice. How are you showing up for yourself? How are you letting all this passionate, innovative, creative, fresh, childlike curiosity bleed into this year? How are you letting that take a form of its own? Sometimes you got to take your hand off the wheel and just let things form, right? Because what happens when we try to mold things too rigidly is we get frustrated. We want to quit. When being fluid is the answer. When I think of childlike curiosity, I don't think restrictive. Why? Because y'all know kids in their imagination, they be all over the place and they don't care if it makes sense or not. As long as it makes them happy, as long as it makes them feel something, genuinely feel something, right? Kids will tell you the most egregious story. You be like, but it makes sense to them, right? Childlike curiosity, childlike intellect, childlike ideas. I love the fact that some kids, a majority of kids, when they get to be a certain age, in adolescence, they fear. What is fear? Baby, I'm going to jump off the top of this bunk bed and I'm going to have the time of my life. I'm going to pull the dog by their ear and dare it to bite me. That's actually the perfect analogy. Pull the dog by the ear. Because a lot of dogs, well, I can't say my dog because my dog, she's really not fond of children, but most dogs, right? Most dogs are very patient when it comes to children. They gonna let you beat them up, abuse them, well, not abuse them, Lord Jesus, but beat them up, right? Rough them up a little bit because they know that they are a child. They don't know no better, right? What if you did that to your ideas? What if you just kind of let them rough you up a little bit, get you a little, you know, bothered? But what happens when we do that? What happens when we just let things flow through us, knowing that they're not there to harm us? They're just being, it's genuine curiosity. What if you allow your mind to flow without trying to restrict your thoughts? Oh, Spirit, can I have one more card, please? Whew, this has been a nice comeback. I love this. Spirit, can I get one more card, please? We're going to read this one from the book. Can't make it up. We have Law of Attraction. Moon Mastery. Come on, Mastery. It says, whatever you want, you can make it happen. Trust yourself and your power to create. Work your magic. You have mystical powers that you've used in the past. What I just say? That you've used in the past that you can call upon again now. This card calls on you to work with the law of attraction. The more you believe in yourself and your power to create, the more that you will see you're actually already doing it. Just say. The intentions that you set for yourself have untold powers. We humans don't realize how powerful we are until we start to play with our magical energy. Embody your intentions now and work toward them in whatever practical way you can as you move in the direction of your goals. Start by becoming really clear about your desires. Once you have that clarity, write down your wishes at the next new moon. Just doing that will galvanize your intentions and steer your next steps. Visualizing your dreams will also help you to achieve whatever it is you're aiming for right now. Feel your wishes as real and already come true. Feel it in your body. You can create your desired outcome. Additional meanings for this card. You've made magic before and you can do it again. Expecting the best will often attract it. Self-doubt stops manifestations. Distance yourself from naysayers. Speak your intentions into being. About this symbol. Women have used the moon to make magic for millennia. Now it seems time. Well, I can't read today. Now it seems maybe it's your turn. Remember, you can simply tap into your own magic. I'm not making this up. Okay? And we're not talking about no empty law of attraction BS that be going flirting around the internet. Like, no. Feel the thing. Embody the thing. Do the thing. Live in the thing. Put it on like a sweater, like a hoodie, okay? Embody it. And watch things start to... You've done it before. You know what to do. Don't piss me off, okay? I hope you guys have a happy March. I do have another divination that I will be uploading at some point this week, so make sure that you stick around for that. But if you would like to sit with me in any capacity, you can do so by clicking the link down below in the description and booking you a little sit down, a little powwow, a little cousin to cousin, right? Because I like for my divinations to feel like we're having a conversation. Okay, so I will talk to you guys mid-month. Be great, get bread, stay all the way live, and with everything be intentional. Half the week is a month, you conjure. Peace.